Greetings, friends. Welcome to Belgrade. Dobro jutro. Good morning. We are week 3 of 1 month in Belgrade, and it's been just enough time to get to know the city a bit. Not a whole lot, but certainly enough time to establish some of our favorite spots and see some of the sights and touristy things, zones, areas in Belgrade. So we will talk more about that and show some of the footage that we've taken over the past 3 weeks. But today, while I talk, we are going to be walking over to Novi Grad, which is translation New Belgrade, which is the, as you might imagine, the newer part of the city. Our Airbnb is here in Dorchel, or in Old Belgrade. We'll be crossing the river going west towards New Belgrade. And the reason we're doing that, one very good reason, is we want to check out some brutalist architecture. So I'll talk more about that in a minute.
Oh, you're so friendly. Oh, kako si? Here, czekaj ze swoją mamą. Here, tata.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah?
Hello, buddy.
Oh,
Hello, buddy.
you're so cute. Oh, hello. Wow.
All right, guys, first stop on our brutalist architecture tour today is the Sava Congress Center. So it was built, I don't know the exact year, if you know, let me know, but it was meant to be an international event center that was really quickly built to host a specific event that happened. And of course now it's being repurposed and used for events, concerts, you name it. Supposed to be a very good example of brutalist architecture. So this is our first stop on our brutalist architecture tour. All right, let's go check this out. All right, so you can see around me there's development going on non-stop. There's obviously newer buildings, but in the middle of all this, we have this perfect example of brutalist architecture in the form of the Sava Congress Center. Yeah, it's like a convention center, conference center, Congress Center, call it what you want. It's a lot like, I was just telling Adela, back in Vancouver, we had the convention center downtown, built to house events, international gatherings, concerts even, you name it. So what you're supposed to notice with this specific one is all the exposed concrete. That's one of the characteristics of brutalist architecture. Sharp lines. This one has a lot of glass as well. More glass than any of the buildings I've seen here in Serbia. We're gonna walk the perimeter, or some of it, it's a pretty big building, and see if we can't get inside to check it out. All right, here it is. Kind of looks like a mall on the inside. We're at the top level. This is level 2, and you can kind of see some of the glass that I was talking about. All in all, not very exciting. All right, we just got kicked out by a security guard from the second level. Apparently it's like if you have businesses there and you work there, that's the only reason that you're allowed to be up there. So we're just gonna leave. All right, so that was really underwhelming. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I wanted something a little bit. Okay, well, wait, before I go any further, here's some of the glass that I was talking about. So there's the concrete, and there's the big panes of glass. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's probably more cool if you're into this sort of thing, if you're into brutalist architecture, which we are kind of not. Anyways, next stop is Block 23. The way the neighborhoods work here, they're blocks, B-L-O-K. And what is a block? It's a densely packed residential area that is designed to be self-sufficient. So you have schools, you have daycares, medical clinics, I don't know, probably a place to get groceries and stuff. You don't have to leave your little micro city, your block. So Block 23 is according to AI anyway, it's one of the best examples of brutalist architecture you're gonna find here in Belgrade. So it's just a short 5-minute walk away. Let's go. Okay, we are on the outskirts of Block 23 right now. To the right here, we have a highway, so it's a little noisy. It's obviously not the most beautiful part of Belgrade. And if I had a drone, you could really see how massive this building is. I've never seen an apartment building like this. It literally stretches an entire city block. It's, how many floors is that? That's gotta be 8, 9, 10 floors. All concrete, all exposed raw concrete. Not pretty to look at, but this is brutalist architecture at its finest here. So we're gonna walk the perimeter here and see if we can get something up close and personal. Check it out. Damn, look at that. That is wild. Holy smoke. You got the graffiti, you got the concrete, it goes all the way up, man. So there's so many of these communal spaces that were all designed to bring people together from this massive block here. And obviously there's a lot of graffiti, not the prettiest to look at, urban decay, but I think there's a beauty to this, and I think that's where brutalist architecture sort of leans into. Urban decay, the beauty of it. So I mentioned being self-sustaining. Here's a little grocery store that's part of this apartment complex. So what is brutalist architecture? Well, it's a style of architecture that was popularized post-World War II in a lot of places like the Soviet Union and here in Serbia or Yugoslavia. And it was born from just not having a whole lot of materials. It's characterized by raw concrete, exposed skeletal sort of structures of a building, nothing fancy, no paint, sharp lines, angles. The word brutalist comes from the French word béton brut. Béton is concrete, brut is raw. So wow, nice. All right, so this is the inner sanctum of Block 23. So obviously you have facilities for communal gatherings, basketball courts, playgrounds, areas for kids to hang out. So this is the center sort of courtyard surrounded by these massive apartment buildings that you saw earlier. You know, we are in the heart of Block 23 right now. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool concept. Again, depending on who you are, maybe not the prettiest thing to look at. Oh, look at this though. What is this? Clay tennis courts. Wow. So my bet is that that is a school that all the children in this neighborhood go to. All right, that is definitely not the kind of playground you find in North America. The ones that we have in North America are super safe, and they've all been sanitized. This is like an old school playground where you could literally hurt yourself. I miss these. I grew up with these. That looks like a dog agility course park. It's cool that they value. It's cool that they value dog agility here in Block 23.
You know what I mean?
All right, you guys, we are approaching the next place. This is, wow. And wait till you see this, guys. I'm looking at it right now. This is the infamous Genex building, otherwise known as the Western Gate. And take a look at it now. It's magnificent. Look at it. So what you're seeing there is actually two buildings with a skywalk connecting the top floors. One of them, and I haven't figured it out yet, one of them is a residential building. It's still currently active. There's people living in there. And the other side of it is a no longer in operation, decommissioned, some sort of a business operator. I think it was an import-export business that operated there. And I'm willing to guess I know which one. So before I turn the camera around, I'm gonna say the one on the right is the rundown one, based on the broken windows, and the one on the left is the residentials. We'll get a closer look, but check it out. Dilapidated. Less dilapidated. Let's go take a look. Wow, guys, look at this. This is incredible. I feel like I'm in another, I feel like I'm in Chernobyl. Is that weird that I feel like I'm in Chernobyl? So on this side, like I mentioned, it's an apartment building. People live here. So you can see that there's a little bit better upkeep. There's a cafe that people are sitting out in front of, having a bite to eat, relaxing. But yeah, man, I would love to get some content of inside, but I don't think that we're allowed to do that. So up there, you see that circular thing at the top. It was meant to be, and originally designed to be, a revolving restaurant, but from the little that I've read about it, it actually either never fully became operational for whatever reason, or it broke down fairly quickly and just stopped rotating. But it kind of reminds me of the revolving restaurant that is, I think, now torn down, downtown Vancouver. When we left Vancouver, they were talking about tearing it down. So I don't know. If you live in Vancouver now, let me know whether the revolving restaurant is still a thing. Okay, we are approaching our final stop of our Brutalist architecture tour of the day. We're in a park called Friendship Park. It's a really big footprint when you look at it on the map. And within this park houses two things. There's a really cool museum, the Museum of Contemporary Art, which we may or may not visit at some point. And then there's also the Palace of Serbia, which is exactly our final stop of the Brutalist architecture tour. It's supposed to be one of the best examples of Brutalist architecture here in Belgrade. So let's go check that out. And meanwhile, enjoy this amazing, yeah, I think the river's that way. Yeah, we should do that. Let's go check out the river on the way to the palace. In the meantime, look at all these people working out. Alright, so after a nice little stroll through this park, we are approaching the Palace of Serbia. And to be honest, I was expecting more, but maybe there's more to come. Let's see. Alright, so we're approaching some what looks to be security gates. And apparently this isn't like a palace in the sense that any royalty lives here. It's a government building. So I'm not sure, first of all, if we're going to have any access to shoot around the perimeter, or if it's even worth it, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. There you go. We're going to leave you with a sprawling panoramic shot of the Palace of Serbia, which apparently is not a palace for any royalty whatsoever. It's a government building or a police building. I don't know. You tell me if you know exactly what this is. Okay, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you have a better idea of what Brutalist architecture is. I certainly do, after having visited Belgrade and after having lived here for almost a month now. Yeah, like and subscribe, you know what to do. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace. All right, that shop there on the corner, the best food in all of Belgrade. This is what you get right here. That is a Pleckovica burger. Pleckovica is like cevape meat, I think, and for me anyway, in the shape of a burger patty. It's minced meat, and it's like some sort of like homemade magical bread. This is like the best tasting thing I've had in a long time. Perfect for a long day of sightseeing. Great way to end it off. I just checked my step counter. We got 16,000 steps, so our feet are feeling it. Anyway, come here when you come to Belgrade. Right here, that guy. The best food. Peace. Oh yeah, and these guys too, right here. Check it out. Homemade burek. We had to buy some. Got to go. Probably gonna eat that later on. Anyway, enjoy.